Hello YouTube, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here with Blue Eyes Dragons deck update. Basically after the tournament I made a few changes. They were only like minor changes, but I decided on the previous deck update to do some annotations of the changes I had made, but I was getting to the point where I was putting quite a few annotations up on the deck video, so I've decided just to do a full deck review so you guys can see the changes that I've done. I'll also need your help on a certain couple of cards that are in the deck here, so if you could just post down in the comments below, it'd be much appreciated, thank you. And before anybody starts, yes, I've actually had a new haircut, so it's a layered haircut, so it's a lot shorter now. Well, it's still long, but shorter than what it was previously. So anyway, on to the deck review. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, Blue Eyes Dragon, starting off with my absolute favourite, the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. And then of course we've got her sisters, the three Blue Eyes White Dragons. Then we've got the babies of the group, three White Stone of Legend. When they're sent to the graveyard via any means, they automatically add a Blue Eyes to my hand. Then we've got Light and Darkness Dragon, just as an anti-meta card, and also it's very just basically for blocking down the whole field if necessary. And if it's destroyed, it can resurrect a monster from the graveyard at the cost of destroying my own cards. And then we've got two Alexandrite Dragon, 2000 attack Light type Dragon beat stick basically. And then we've got two Vanguard of the Dragon. Its effect is that discarding a dragon type increases its attack by 300, and if it's destroyed by a opponent's card effect, I can resurrect a normal dragon monster from either graveyard, but you can probably guess where the normal dragons are going to be. Then we've got two Delta Flyer for synchroing. It increases other level monsters' levels by 1, making it easy to synchro into 7s and above. And then we've got the second engine of the deck, White Stone's the first, Mass Dragon, searches out dragons with 15 attack or less if it's destroyed by battle. Dread Dragon, a level 2 dragon tuner, and also if it's destroyed by battle it automatically adds a level 3 or lower dragon type to the hand. And finally for the monster count we've got two Token Dragon. It basically just counts as 2 tributes for any high level dragon I decide to summon. And if I don't have any monsters and it's in the graveyard, I can resurrect it for synchroing, exceeding, or tributing or whatever. It's quite a useful little card. Then for magics we've got the standard Polymerization because it's a pro card. And I've got Future Fusion as well, mainly to use with 5 God Dragon, but on the rare occasion I can use it for Ultimate Dragon as well, as long as it doesn't get destroyed. Before I go on to the next cards, I just need your help with something very quickly, okay? I mainly use the Future Fusion card at least for 5 God Dragon, but in the extra deck I've got 2 Ultimate Dragon, okay? And what I do is I do 3 White Stone with this and maybe 2 Alexandra or 2 Totem, and then Polymerization for when 3 Blue Eyes get to my hand. But it means I only ever get out 1 Ultimate Dragon in one duel. And if it gets solemned or bottomless, since my deck has no way to really counter that sort of thing, the whole strategy of summoning out the Shining Dragon basically goes down the drain, because that's the main aim of my deck. So I need your guys' help on this, apart from Dragon's Mirror, because that's removed from play and I can't really use that now. Can you guys think of any other fusion cards that could work with the deck? Or any cards, or suggest even cards that I can use to reuse, like say like a Magical Stone Excavation, Feather of the Phoenix, you know, that sort of thing. Just those kind of ideas if possible, because I kind of need your help on that. I'm deciding either to go down to 1 Ultimate Dragon or stick with 2 in the case that I can use both the fusion cards for both of them. But I don't know yet, so I really need your help on that, please, so just post down in the comment below. Okay, back onto the deck review. Got Pot of Duality to see 3 turns into the future and pick a card. Pot of Avarice to use monsters and draw 2. Cards of Consonance just to work with the White Stone, and because it's such a good card, and draw 2. Then we've got 1 Viscosity Space Typhoon, I could put more in if I really wanted to, but I've always been very comfortable with just one, so unless I absolutely need to put in a second or third, I'm just going to stick with one. Then we got Heavy Storm, standard staple, Dark Hole, standard staple, Monster Born to Resurrect, again a standard staple, and I've got a Gold Sarcophagus to search, and Book of Moon. Now, I swapped this out with the second MST the night just before the tournament, and I'm very glad I did, because in the few duels I did record at the tournament, this really did save me quite a bit, not just my monsters but my life points in that as well. And I'm actually quite glad I put it in there. It's just like a Solemn Judgment, you need to get the timing correct, and you sometimes make mistakes and sometimes you get it right. And then I've got Feather of the Phoenix. I know it's a slow card because it returns the card to the top of the deck, but it's useful for reusing any card I need. I mainly put it in to maybe reuse a Future Fusion, the Future Fusion or Polymerization, if they don't get used successfully the first time. So that's where I'm kind of needing your help, guys. Is there another fusion card I could possibly use apart from Dragon's Mire? Or should I just stick with a Feather Phoenix, or swap it for a Magical Stone, or another card that can help me reuse my cards, if you see what I mean? Just need your opinions on that. Okay, here we go. Trap cards now. We got, of course, Mirror Force, my favourite trap. Solemn Judgment. 2 Compulsive Evacuation Device. 2. This card is really useful. I used to hate this card with a passion, but now I really like it. It can be used on my monster to save it if needed, or on my opponent's monster so they can't attack me with it. Then I've got 2 Call of the Haunted to resurrect. And finally, for the main deck, we've got 2 Trap Stun. Yeah, the reason I put Trap Stun is, this is such a good card, and if I play it at the beginning of my turn, it's very rare it gets countered, which means my monsters are safe to attack or be summoned and everything, because the one card that was causing me so much bother at the tournament, which you can actually see in one of my videos against the X-Sabers, was Solemn Warning. Now, just before the tournament, Dr. Cyanide Necros, aka Sandy Smith, told me of a ruling about Solemn Judgment and Warning that I didn't know before. Apparently, because if a monster gets solemned via Judgment or Warning, because it technically never hit the field, I cannot resurrect it. Yeah, I kinda wasn't too happy to hear about that, and that situation actually happened twice or 3 times, I can't remember how many now. It happened quite a few times in the tournament where my Ultimate Dragon got solemned, and I had a resurrection card and I couldn't use it. So yeah, so that's what made me think that I needed to put a Feather Phoenix, or put a third fusion, or another fusion card in there at least, because if one Ultimate Dragon goes, I've got no real way to get out this. Well, I have got a way to get out the second one, but if I've already used up both fusion cards, and the first Ultimate Dragon goes, you know, as I said, strategy of getting Shining Dragon out falls down the drain. I know it's a very specific strategy, and people are probably going to say, swap it for another strategy, but what's the point? It's my favourite monster. You know, she's in the deck there because of that. She's my favourite monster, and getting her out, you know, being able to get her out is a wonderful achievement in itself, and I love it when she gets out in the field, because, well, apart from like the usual thing, she's quite dangerous when she gets out, so there you go. Anyway, enough about that, better get on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I have 2 Ultimate Dragon, 5-headed Dragon. I've still got Iron Chain Dragon. I'm trying to get an Orient Dragon, but it's very difficult because Orient Dragon is about £25 worth, and unfortunately some of the guys who did have one weren't interested in the trades I did have, so that was a bit of a sad thing, but I'll hopefully get one soon. Then we got Exploder Dragonwing, and Black Rose Dragon to reset the field, Ancient Fairy to special summon, oops, we threw her away there, that's not a good idea, Stardust to negate, Red Daemon's Dragon. Some people have said he's not very good in this format, but I like him, and he's my boyfriend's favourite synchro monster, so there you go, that's why I run it. And then I've got my favourite synchro, Light End Dragon. Then we've got Dark End Dragon to Ascend cards, so it gets around Stardust and stuff. Then we got Trishula, Dragon of the Icespire, to remove. Then we got Trident Dragion. This card was quite useful in the tournament, and the extra attacks were an absolute bonus in some duels. It was really fun. And then for the Exceeds, I have 2 number 17 Revised Dragon. I have a Thunder End Dragon that I got on the courtesy of the Egyptian Prodigy, which was very great, very kind of him to do. But unfortunately, I don't have any real way of keeping out 2 Blue Eyes on the field, you know, because I only ever try to have 1 out on the field at any time, so that I can still fuse into Ultimate Dragon, get out Shining Dragon, as you know. And also it's a bit, Thunder End, although it's very good, it's a bit situational. If it's used in like a Hopeless deck or Disaster deck that focuses on the normal dragons, level 8 dragons and that, then yeah, it would be good then. But since my deck's not like that, Thunder End's taking a back seat for the moment. But if I ever get the chance to use it, I probably will, but at the moment I'm quite happy. So anyway, that is the deck review. Hope you guys enjoy. Next video is actually something I would recommend for everybody to watch if possible, because it's actually on a very serious topic, and it's actually something that's happened to me and several other people, and it needs to be discussed. So I'll see you guys in the next videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So for me and the Shining Dragon, we are signing out. Take care everybody. Bye!